Today is the 1st August 2026. I'm doing another practice. This time I want to do a few practices of just trying to show some work, or even today I will work a little bit live. I mean, not live, but on camera. Just to get a little bit over the anxiety that I had yesterday with showing some of my work off. So I will try to practice this a few times and see, hopefully it gets better, hopefully I feel a little bit more comfortable with it. Today I want to jump into my voxel art project and just do some live voxel art. I thought I would like to do some small things, so I thought about doing some of the lanterns that I had in the concept video, starting with something like this here. So for this we first have to look at the scale of this thing, which would probably be, I would assume, 3 or 4 voxels wide in the middle and like 1 at the corner. That would be at least 5, so 5 by 5, and high more than 5, maybe 8. 10 would be double, maybe 8, maybe a little bit more. Let's just try to just be sure, make a voxel object. We go just with a normal mesh object. Currently set up in my project is very low level and very custom. So let's set up the voxel data. We set 5 by 5 and let's make 8 high. We will make the chunk the same size. We do everything in one. Then we have to set it up. Set auto setup to true. And this should be everything we need to have it working. We just make this to a lantern. It's lantern table or something. Call it this. Then we go here into my voxel mode. Use my tool settings here so we can have the editing. And then try just painting things out. This is a little bit too dark of a gray, so let's just add another palette here. We go to HSV, make it light. Let's just try something with 70. Use this one. I have the fill tool here, so we can just fill, we can just paint, and then just add this one, which should be all right. And I have enough here. Then we can do mirroring on. Just bring this. Ooh, what happened? I mean, yesterday I'm in the progress of reworking the engine layer, so it could be very much that I broke stuff. Oop. What am I doing? So, all right. No. Okay, things are broken. Things are very much broken. Let's try this again. Let's do the bottom area. Why is it filling in 2? Oh my goodness. Why is it filling in 2? Okay, the scripts are broken. Very much broken. This will not work. This will not work with the voxel objects. All right, then we do something else. We just make a new scene. Lantern table, have we called it. We will just make it out of normal boxes. The Lantern wouldn't be that big anyway. So let's just make it out of normal boxes. Box mesh. We have 1 and 0.2 high. That is the voxel shape basically, and we move it up by 0.1. Nice. So then let's duplicate this. Let's make this here unique. Let's make this just 1 voxel, and we will just increase this here. Just move this here, I don't know, 16, this would be 8. We just make it 14 or something like this. Move it up by 1. I will have to configure the snapping settings a little bit lower here, so I can just snap it by half of a voxel. So then we duplicate these, move them over, duplicate these, move them over, then the bottom, move that one up, then move that one up again, and now we make this here unique. Now we shrink it 1 voxel down. Now we have the lantern here. Now we just need to fill in. I should have not copied this one. I should have copied this one. Side, bring this up, bring up, make unique, bring this down, and then we will make a new material here, give this some light gray color, and we copy this one, and this here is then the bulb part. So let's just select these. Do they have now all the same? No, they don't. Paste. Paste, paste. I don't know why some have the material and some don't. Paste. So now we go up here and we try, if we change this, all are changing. Perfect. So now we go to our bulb. And we make a material for this one. For this we want to turn on the backlighting. We want to have the color more of a yellow. Something like this. Let's start with this. We want the backlighting to be also a color, and we want an omni light that we can like put in. This looks good. It has the shine. Right. And the color of this, we also want this to be of like a yellow tint. But only like a very subtle yellow tint. And the energy, we might want this to be just a little bit lower potentially. This one might be a little bit much. This now gives us a very bright yellow here, which I'm not necessarily a fan of. So can we make this a little bit less yellow? I think something like this could be fine. Maybe we can make the light a little bit more yellow. And make this again a little bit more white. Or just completely white. The difference. Just keep it at that, because we now have a little bit of a gradient in the color there. And then we will just transfer this to a rigid body, and what we will need is now a collision shape 3D with a box shape. Can just bring this in, just make the whole make the whole box as this. Up, miss this side, so, and this would be a lantern, but I want to put this also in the bar. Then we just might want to make this a little bit more interactive with like just a light script. Doesn't have to be a rigid body, we will just make this in Node 3D. So we will zoom in here, so it's a little bit readable. We want to export the light. Just use the Omni light. Can do any light 3D potentially. And we also want just enable. Which we by default set to true. Then we just, or we make an active, let's call it active, not enabled. Set active value bool void, so we just make a function for this, and we just want to potentially make like signals for activate, and deactivate. We will just check if active is already value, then we're not doing anything, and then after that we check if active, then we are emitting the activate. That was the wrong thing, and in the other case we emit the deactivate signal. Because then we can just attach things to activate and deactivate, so we would probably attach the light. What would we have to set here? How do we turn off the light? Would we set it visible? Yes. So active set visible advanced. We are activating, so we want this to be true. We're deactivating, so we want set visible, want this to be false. Now the light can be turned off and on. Now it's just a question of if we want the material here to change, or if we just want a different, maybe albedo color. What is, if I don't know what color this should have. Should it be black, more of a black when it's just out? But would this do anything? I mean, now it darkens it, which is like kind of the issue with the so here it would just be white. We don't want this. I think we like this one. So actually, either we want to change the material, or we just want to set the albedo color. I don't know if we can do this from a signal. To be honest, I have no idea. Let's check it out. I don't think so, because for that we would have to get the material. Yeah. So then let's not do it with this. Let's just add the bulb mesh instance 3D, and then we just have like the deactive color. Just make this a color, and we just cache the active color from what we already have. So we just say ready active color is gleich bulb mesh dot get active material. Maybe as standard material 3D. Let's try this out. Albedo color. Then we just say set color. We just make this helper function here. As standard material 3D, albedo color is color. We just say set color in active color and set color deactive color. Then we have this. So now we should be able to set the mesh and make it kind of dark. Let's just copy this color here, so we're not guessing. And then we're just making this one darker. And now we would need a way to test this one here. Let's... yeah, let's try it out. We make this a tool script, and then we add a toggle where we say if active set active false, otherwise set active true, and then we just make an export tool button toggle var toggle tool button. This is a callable, and we just set this to our toggle function. This allows us to have a toggle button here. For this we just need, I don't know if we need to just reload the scene. I would just reload the whole project, because without it we don't have the callable loaded here and linked. So if we press the button, nothing would happen. So let's see if it works. The thing gets checked. The light is not turned on or off. And yeah, nothing is happening. I can of course also just try to just read the input and check if input event is input event key and input.key code is key. Let's just do the spacebar and event.pressed. Then we toggle. And then just for demonstration, we just add a camera 3D. We align it with the view. And then we just run the current scene. Is it not toggling? Set active, active. What have we done wrong? No, it is toggling. It is just not doing what? Not switching, or I'm confused. Just see print bulk mesh get active material 0. Yeah, this should work. I am not sure why it isn't. Maybe the light again has this issue where setting the visibility is not turning it off for some weird reason. So let's see. We have an energy of 0.6. This is so weird, to be honest. I don't know why the light is not working. Where's my light script? There's my light script. Let's call this lantern. Let's call this lantern. And let's make another light script here that just helps us a little bit with setting this up. Value bool if value. So let's set the visibility and also set the energy, light energy. And default energy, light energy. Float, and we just set this as the ready. Default light energy is light energy. And ansonsten visible is false, and the light energy will be 0. And we will give this a name. This is like my light helper script. Light helper. So we should have this. Yes. And we will just remove our signals completely. Let's not do this now. Let's first disconnect them. I don't know if there might not be an issue if I remove them without. And now we just say light dot set active. So we just move this here. Or this could have been the reason, to be honest. This I used the wrong. Nice. Deactivate. Okay, let's try it again with set visible. Messing this up. Visible on and visible off. Let's try it now. What? The whole thing just... Oh. Alright. Because I did it on the wrong thing. Set visible. Wrong. Now it works. Now we can turn the light on and off. We want to remove this one, want to remove this one. The input, we don't want to leave this in. We can return the tool thing. Export tool button, toggle var, toggle tool button, callable, toggle. What is it complaining about? Okay, reload. I'm not sure why it is complaining. Yes, this works. Nice. Really nice. And then after it we set active to active. I should really switch the names of this, then I'm not making these what? Spelling mistakes. Why is this complaining that toggle button is never used? This is a tool button, should never be used. What are you talking about? Stop it. Alright. Now we have the lantern. Now we can add a node 3D with like decorations. We put this up here. And then we can instantiate our lantern and see how it looks. Can rotate it, of course, put it down. So, and make another one. Move it to the other side. Rotate it a little bit differently. Is there a quick way to turn off all of these gizmos? Use trackball. No idea what this is. Oh, okay. I still have the camera in there. For that I would have to turn off the light gizmos. I think this looks nice, decent, not too bad, not too bad. And yes, I think let's leave it at here. This didn't work as nicely as I would have thought, at least from the development side. My Voxel engine currently is broken as I'm restructuring it. I really have to look into that. And yeah, other than that, there's nothing more to say. Have a nice day.